You gotta get off my leg. Move now. Move. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all, I hope everybody's doing okay. If you missed this live, I want you to go back and watch this live, okay? So what I want to do today, and I'm going to give y'all time enough to get in here, okay? Let me get the dogs settled. Okay, first of all, I want to thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all being here, and everyone who been working the case with me, who is serious about the case, okay? On Miss Nancy Guthrie, okay? Because we got to bring Miss Nancy Guthrie home, or have an idea of what happened to Miss Guthrie, okay? So a lot of things that I want to get into. So what I want to do is react to a video that I did 7 hours ago, on Miss Guthrie. I really do. I made this video 7 hours ago, y'all. And then after I made the video, I just keep thinking about, I have hope that she's okay. And I'm going to, we're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into Carlos. Carlos now think I'm gonna say he feels, because he can feel and I can think. First of all, let me say this. These are my opinion. My opinions are not necessarily based on facts. Now, y'all, let's roll right here. I feel sorry for Carlos. Carlos was detained and was mistreated so badly, so poorly, and wasn't no apology of what they did to him and his family mentally, physical, and emotionally. That's the main thing. Is when you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay, they detained him, questioned him, and then threw him out in the woods and say, hey, bye, and then apologize. And another thing that happened, I feel, really feel for this family, and I hate they had to go through this, but his children saw all of this, and that's a sad thing when the law can take a manhood from a person like that. That, and when he's supposed to be the man of the house, supposed to be the protective, and then y'all did that man like that. Y'all, FBI, y'all do owe that man an apology. Okay, so you're going to hear from Carlos in there, and he's saying how people follow him and his family. He don't like that. He said at night they ride past the house. They can't go nowhere. They'll say, oh, that's him. That's not safe, y'all. So he can't. You're going to see a video on this video that he's going to have an attorney. Now, when you see somebody and they go find them a lawyer, guess what? You in trouble. So I believe he's going to sue them, because right now they still didn't give him his phone back. They haven't even released him as being a suspect yet, y'all. Just imagine living like that. So we're going to get into why did I come about to say, I made the video about 7 hours ago. Why did I say that? Who took her to Mexico? And we're going to talk about this. So let's get into the video. Oh, and let's get into the video. I'm going to start the video. This is a reaction channel. If you want to hear something else, you can go somewhere else, okay? But on our channel, The Real Deal, we put it out there real like this now, okay? Now, January the 27th, I keep saying Annie. God, why is the word name Annie came out my mouth? January the 27th. Something that you all didn't know. That was Nancy Guthrie's birthday. That was her birthday. And that's very important in this case, because she went reported disappearing after her birthday. Put it together, y'all. Put it together. Her birthday was January the 27th. And the day before her birthday, she celebrated her birthday with a couple of friends. You don't know is her employees there. You don't know it was employee cousin there. You don't know what the friend uncle there. See, sometimes it don't be the people that her friends and stuff. It could be other people that know. They say, wow, this elderly lady rich. Okay, think about that. That's what I want you to think about. January 27th, she turned 80, just turned 84. And the day before she just turned 84, she had a little get together. They had a little fun at the house. She and her friends. Then the next day she went out to her daughter's house. Had fun with her family. They dropped her off. And we ain't seen Miss Nancy no more. Okay, well, we do know that the kidnapper, I just feel funny saying kidnapper. I just think that she went on her own wheel and something just turned out to be something totally different. The kidnapper took her out the house. They didn't take her out the front though. Now we're going to get into the masked man with the mask off, okay? We're going to get into the masked man. Everybody been accused of being him, been arrested, detained. Now, when dude came up on her porch, tells me that allegedly he knows someone watched in the house who with him took too long to come. Either he just spotted a house, he just want to break into that home. Good morning, baby. Yeah, I was looking for you the other day, Justice Jane. Yeah. I was thinking about the way he walked up on the porch, that he wasn't familiar with the porch. He wasn't familiar with what was going on the camp. What's going on? What is that? He act like he didn't recognize what a camera was. But everybody, we got to stop assuming that everybody know the same thing. Everybody don't know the same thing. Okay, so when he walked up on the porch, he touched, he looked through the glass. He wasn't even sure. To me, he just wasn't sure. So even though we're looking for the guy, so in this video right here that I created yesterday, 7 days ago, my mind took me to Mexico. My mind took me to the Ransom note that TMZ had. And TMZ, the founder of TMZ, conclude that what the Ransom note was saying. So when I take his Ransom note seriously, I do. And I tried to study the mind because that's what I took psychology before, and I like to study the mind of people because people have different personality. I was trying to find out the personality of this person, and I kept picking up different personality. So as I told y'all way earlier in my investigation, that mental illnesses played a role in this to me, and then it was like more than one person. Mental illness and mental health and more than one person play in the case. Now look, I'm going to go ahead on. So like I said, remember the things that I'm saying, and it's easy. When I speak 1, 2, 3 because I deal with a lot of disability kids and teenagers and so I'm on different level. Okay, so. Keep in mind before I play the video, because I'm not gonna let the video talk. January 27th was her birthday. She's rich herself. She got money herself. So somebody know that this lady is rich. And they took her out. They was in that house allegedly. How they get in that house? Why did they take her? They had to know her. They had to know Miss. It's not about Savannah now. It started out to me as Savannah, but the mama just as rich as Savannah, y'all. But they didn't use her credit card. They didn't use her credit card. Savannah rich too. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all, come on in, Guthrie. Come. Now y'all know how I feel about Miss Nancy. Y'all, we got to find Miss Nancy, okay? If we can't find Miss Nancy, we looking for you. We're looking for you, kidnapper. When and who took Nancy Guthrie to Mexico and why? Who took Nancy Guthrie to Mexico and why? People, people, welcome. Y'all come on in and take a seat if you want to. That's what we're going to talk about. Welcome. Y'all, I thought about a lot of this case make you think. Anything you want to know about this case, you need to do your own investigation, okay? You need to do your own research, okay? You got to research. Now, I just been thinking that everybody's saying that she's in Mexico. She's in Mexico. She's unalive. She's in Mexico. Y'all saying the same old thing. But can y'all prove that she's in Mexico? And can you prove that Miss Nancy is unalive? Just don't say her married. Don't say her medicine. Make it be the reason why you think she's unalive. And so what I want to do today, I never plan to go to Mexico. I'm not. I don't want to go how to get into Mexico. I don't need to know. I don't know what they need to get in Mexico, but we're gonna get into it today. Okay. So welcome. I'm glad y'all here. I got my work cut out for me. When it come down to Miss Nancy, I want to know what happened to her and why it happened to her. I know her birthday. She said she was celebrating her birthday. I know that so for sure. She was celebrating her birthday. No, right? Yes, she was celebrating her 84th birthday. Yeah, just turned 84. Y'all, I don't see some good looking 84-year-old. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with Miss Nancy got it going on. Nancy got it going on. So y'all, I did a little research and you know, because there's stuff I don't know. So I've never been to Mexico before. And things that you need to get across the border. So today, two things we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at the checkpoint and getting across the border, and we're gonna look at watch how far she is from Tucson in Mexico. Okay, first I do want to start out by saying I appreciate y'all and I appreciate y'all being here. Okay. Now, one thing for sure that I know that you need a valid passport card. Or either you need a United and a United driver license, original vehicle registration, mandatory Mexican auto insurance. So it's a couple of things that you need. You can use a temporary vehicle importation permit. Now, things that is required. Y'all know this, but Miss Lanita don't. Lanita don't. Real good don't know, because she don't go nowhere. But here in Florida, uh, I've never been to Mexico before. Y'all knowing too much. That was scared me. Don't that been on a plane one time, y'all ain't been there. Well, look, y'all, what we want to get into, and we want to show you in a few seconds, things that are required to cross that border. You're gonna need your passport, driver's license, vehicle registration, Mexican auto insurance, FMM with what is it? Requires for all tourists to be obtained at the border. Okay, stuff you got to get online. You need tips, uh, temporary vehicle, TIP, temporary vehicle import permit, borrow car. If the car is not in your name, it's leased. You must have a notary letter. Okay, so that's what you need. Now, how do these people that kidnap her? Let me show y'all this. How do they kidnap her? Hold on, this. Okay, let me show y'all this. Hold on. I've been checking it. Anytime y'all have any questions, please leave it in the box and in the description, and I can get that with you after I find the information, okay? When I find out the information, I'll give it to you. Because I do work across the other people that we talk earlier. Now, I want to take that here. Not here. And the reason why I want to take out here is because the day before she celebrated her birthday with her friends, then she had a good time. Then the next day, that Saturday, she spent her birthday with her daughter and her son-in-law. They went over there and celebrated. She had a wonderful time. Now, first thing came to my thoughts was at 1:47, Miss Nancy ring cam. Y'all know it's a camera, I'm cutting it out. Her ring cam was disconnected. Dude walked on the porch at 2:11, making me think somebody had already in there. But they ain't opened up that door. So he had to go somewhere else to get in. Now, look at the board. I've been checking y'all out with your comments. Your comments are very important in my chat. That's why I said don't worry about me. Just put your comment down. I'm checking your comments out. I'm going and I'm looking up stuff. The people who really serious. There's a lot of y'all not serious. There's a lot of people who is. Well, anywho, we are Team Nancy. Guthrie. Why did this? This is what you all said. Why did the kidnapper take Miss Nancy across the border. If she don't have a passport, or either do she know where her passport? How do he know she has a passport? I just think somebody who got, excuse me, I just believe that someone that got Miss Nancy got to is familiar with her or know her. I just do, y'all don't know why I've been saying that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they know too much about Miss Nancy. Why they know it take 9 hours and 17 minutes. See, y'all make me think that Tucson was right next door. 9 hours a long time to me to be driving. I guess because I don't drive. I drive but not like this. You know what I mean? I don't drive but not like this. You know what I mean? So it took her, if she was in Mexico, like y'all said, but y'all just been screaming Mexico, y'all just saying anything. I see what Charles and White need now. I usually didn't understand him. I'm so glad I ain't got a lot of people. I'm glad ain't nobody in my team. I be so glad my team have one or don't have nobody. Because you listen to all those different comments, they just be talking. They not even keeping up with the case. Y'all making me thinking that she could just take a book, just pack up and just walk right there to Mexico. She'll be 9 hours and 17 minutes, y'all. You see right here? See where it said Tucson? Huh? Get across that border? 9 hours. That's a long time. Y'all just don't know me. 1 hour is long enough for me. So, y'all believe that Miss Nancy went across the border. Now, she have to meet these people right here at the border. She got to meet these people. These are military people that she got to go get past. This was very important to me. They check y'all cars, they do all that, and check if you suspicious, they do this, do that. They check you. The military people are there, right there at that border when you try to get into their country. So they seen a little elderly lady in that car. Had to make me think a woman with them, y'all. If she went across the border, make me think that a lady is with her. A lady and a man. You know what I mean? Or either a family. So I think to take her to across the border, I think that's too much. But you got to think about who was at her house the night before celebrating her birthday. You know. What made them come around Miss Nancy on that Sunday? It's weird because it's every time somebody go missing, it be on their birthday, y'all. Or either before their birthday or after their birthday. Seem like that's when they get them to go missing. They said, well, we're going to let them celebrate every case that I have covered over here. When they get down to their birthday, they disappear. We get to this point where they disappear. Where's Miss Nancy? What happened in that house? What happened in that house? What did they see when they say, when them people did a 9-hour drive? Miss Nancy got to go to the restroom. She gonna get dehydrated. Why, y'all? Why would they take her there? if the Ransom said that she in Mexico, it seemed like a family got her. The way the Ransom person had behaving, it seemed like it's a family took over there, don't it? Because see what I'm saying? Who's saying that she in? Y'all saying she in Mexico. I don't know where that Nancy is. Something make me think that something happened to that house. Something happened inside that house. Miss Nancy didn't make Miss Nancy could have made it or not made something bleed. She bled. She dropped. And then I'm thinking about I don't know if she in Mexico. I don't think she in Mexico because they don't want to come across these people right here. They should know that she's missing. But they not gonna know military not gonna know she's missing. They're not gonna know. Let me let y'all see the video. But they're not gonna let if they reported her missing if they reported her missing on that Sunday or that Monday because they called Savannah had well Savannah found out through her sister and the sister was called Savannah and Savannah called Mark Kelly and Mark Kelly called the sheriff. And when he called the sheriff, what did the sheriff do at that time? He said he started his investigation right away. And he was complete with his investigation on that Monday. He said for himself that she is kidnapped. The sheriff said that, y'all. When he said she kidnapped, he had confidence in his voice to me. So where they took her, if she had to come across this border like this, if me and Nancy had to come across this border like this, y'all. Look at these people. They suspicious of. They got that come through the National Guards. They got to come through these people. Especially when they doing the inspection, they got the dogs and stuff. Don't you know the people in the Mexico border will know this? They gonna know Miss Nancy is missing. Y'all gonna know. They are going to know. They are going to know, y'all. I doubt if they did that. I doubt if they did that. I doubt if they did that. I doubt if she. I doubt that. I don't know. She could, but I don't think so. The only reason why I say that she might be there is because the Ransom said I saw her. I saw that's what they said, but I don't understand. How come? If it were a lot of them in that car, they have to get their passport. And what telling me that it's a lady and her children. This ain't no coincidence. Oh, this is not a coincidence to me, y'all. Somebody's supposed to be taking a polygraph test. They're supposed to be taking a polygraph test. Who are they going about to take? Anybody can pass. These days now, anybody can pass a polygraph test. Anybody can pass. These people be glad to take polygraph tests. They passing that thing just like pancakes and sausages. Yes, sir. Anybody can pass polygraph test. So go back to asking y'all, how do y'all know that she's in Mexico? How do y'all know she's there? How they check the dumpsters? How they check? Because her shirt was outside. They used her shirt so the dog can catch the odor on it. And left the lady's shirt outside. Now, come on now. You know what this reminds me of? Nazaria Harris case, y'all. In Nazaria Harris case, they left the shoe, they left the clothes out there in the woods. The investigators. They left it out there. Just pick it up, throw it down. So, y'all, for some reason, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the game. I'm about to play the game with the sheriff. And I'm gonna believe everything that come out of Savannah Mountain. Savannah said that Savannah talk as if her mama already passed. I don't know why, y'all. She just saying, y'all, she has for them, make them think that they don't know that they found her. I don't know. I think if they found her, we would know. See how they got you thinking? See how 1 minute you think, 1 minute you not. But really, 9 hours ain't that far though. From to the sun show, man. I doubt if they took her there though. I don't know, yeah. I just want to come here because I ain't nothing in Mexico. I'm not planning on it. Let me see. Let me take y'all right here. Oh, what happened? Come on, yeah. Come on back over here now. Come on back over here, baby. Let's see. Let's get in the car. Let's get in the car. I don't know what I can't do. Mexico do have some pretty water there, but I just can't live there. Why they be trying to get from that? People know they be trying to get over here in the United States. That Biden just let everybody over there. He just tore the fence down and said, y'all come on now. They ain't about to be the president no more. That's the thing. Y'all come on, bring your family home. Let's get into the zone. Let's get to Mexico. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to Mexico. I ain't never been to Mexico before. I'm scared. And you know what? I think in another case, I think about Shaquella Robinson. When she was over here in Mexico. Hold on, y'all. And see, I ain't trying to be. I'm trying to think smart. Since Trump is the president, they need to get with Trump and try to let him find out about get some help from him with Shaquetta Robinson case. Biden ain't did nothing. Y'all crazy about Biden. Biden didn't even do nothing about Shaquetta Robinson over in Mexico. Not Mexico. Yeah, over in Mexico. He ain't doing that. Mexican way to prosecute them. They ready for them. But the United States didn't even do nothing about this. Them folks don't change their name and everything. United States now, not Mexico. Mexico ready to prosecute them. They said, I get with Trump. I don't care what they say about Trump. I get with Trump. There's Trump. Trump, can you please help me? I've been trying to work this case. Biden ain't did nothing for me to try to get my daughter over here. Trump could say, like he said in the Guthrie case, about to press some heavy charges with them boy. Y'all about to do some time. But yeah, y'all, I was trying to see where I don't think she in Mexico, y'all. I really don't. I want to think that. But that dude who came to her door was Mexican. That dude who came to her door, he was Mexican. But who kinfolk is that? And why they wait till her 84th birthday? Why did they kidnap her? I just don't understand it. That's just one thing I just don't understand. They never did no case like this. It been complicated. Two cases on and that's that D4VT, David and Celeste Rivas. Let me see something. Oh my God. So we did take a look. I did take a look for myself because I ain't never been to Mexico to show you all how many hours it took there to get to her house lane from Tucson and to the border, 9 hours, 18 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna move this out the way. So we talked about that. We talked about this car right here. They delayed the border because they thought that girl had something in that car. But I noticed that them people got to stop right there over here. They stopping at that gate. These people here looking, just in case somebody do something suspicious.
Mexican National Guardsmen have set up these checkpoints that you're seeing here to inspect cars and trucks on their side of the border with the U.S. But drivers say these inspections like this take several minutes each, and that's causing 3-hour delays. Other cities, those delays.
So if they had Miss And Nancy had to be in the front seat. Because they gonna be like, you left that, let that. My mama loved getting in the back seat, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. My mom liked riding in the back seat. My mom do. I do too. My mom liked to ride in the back seat too. She would have got in the back seat. So that's not unusual. What in a car, truck, van?
As long as 6 hours. Mexico's government sent those guards to reinforce the border, and that was in exchange for President Trump.
See, y'all, they checking them cars. I ain't talking about this car right here. I'm talking about these cars. When they checking it.
Causing this tariffs on the country.
Okay. So y'all did this. That's all. Hold on, y'all. TMZ said something. Ransom. I'm so concerned. I hate to be concerned about somebody, y'all. But since she an older lady, elderly lady, I'd rather for somebody to say that she alright or she not doing good, she this and that. Yeah, here you go, right on. Here you go, y'all.
You need to have video content, but don't have enough hours in the day. With analog, you can create poke videos yourself in just minutes.
Put it on your boy. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Here we go.
Authorities are searching databases for DNA that matches evidence from a glove found 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. More unidentified DNA crime scene evidence, possibly. Back this morning, TMZ executive producer Charles Montibaudier. Nice to have you back. Charles, I think a lot of us yesterday were hoping for a fast match with that DNA testing, and it's not happening.
Yep, nothing is going easy for investigators in this case. Very obviously, it was as we are now in the third week of trying to find who abducted Nancy Guthrie, to find them and hopefully to still find her. So the DNA from the glove did not match anything in the FBI's database. The DNA found at the house does not match anything in the database. So now investigators have to turn to public genealogy databases, and they're going to be, trying to compare their results to anything that's available in those databases. That is a painstaking process that won't go quickly, certainly not as quickly as the Guthries would like, or anybody who's been watching this, hoping for a good ending here. But that's the process they have to go through with the DNA. There is one other route here that could be more promising, and that is the investigation, the deep probing of that video that the FBI has of the suspect who was at Nancy Guthrie's doorstep. As they continue to look at the details of that video, the one thing we know that the FBI now has a list of 40 people. That is a very small group of people who, in the Tucson area, purchased that holster that we pointed out in the video. That is, they already, as we reported, they are going around to gun shops. They are asking, going in with that list, and asking.
Y'all, they can have children. I don't know. It's more than one to two people to buy in a book bag like this. What is they talking about? Whoever put that stuff in that book bag look like they're gonna be walking in the woods somewhere. You know what I mean? Have they ever think about searching the woods? Do they have woods in Arizona? I've never been there before. Maybe they taking a hiking trip out in the woods. Not I'm saying though. Maybe they taking her to the woods because he got heavy stuff in that bag. He got stuff in that book bag. That's what I'm saying.
The gunshot owners and staff have been seen. Any of these people, these names sound familiar. You can check your sales records for any of these names. If they come up with that, that could be a big lead. They're also still looking at every detail of the video. I saw something this morning about the glove and the fact that the guy who's wearing that glove might have a ring on his right pinky finger. That is another identifier that people out there can say, wait, I know someone who has facial hair, who's about 5'9", 5'10", and happens to wear a pinky ring. All of these things can, any one of them can be the thing that helps the investigators unlock this. But as of right now, it is unfortunately no big news, no big break for investigators yet.
That's too bad. Now TMZ has gotten a number of whether ransom notes, whether they're ransom notes or just some kook. Anything going on today with that?
We have not received anything, and actually, we decided, Rosanna, that at least as far as this person claims to know the whereabouts of the kidnapper and the identity of the kidnappers, they've said that they have this information that provided. If they report any more of what this person is requesting and what they claim to know, when they claim to know it, it's kind of like, look, if we keep doing that and then they do actually send the information, we certainly don't want to tip off the kidnappers
Right.
that information is being shared. So that's not something we're going to be reporting going forward. Obviously, we're going to still give information to the FBI if it leads to the capture of the kidnappers. Then certainly we would be public record of the fact that that person provided.
So I'm glad that, cause they can trace that stuff, whoever that texting them, emailing TMZ. Let me tell y'all something. The FBI and other forces can do anything they want to do. They know how to, and they know how to get into the emails. They know how to do a whole lot of things. Now, y'all, this the dude that they thought they interviewed him, I guess. Is that Carlos? Not
Trotted through the twilight woods. His thick, russet tail, a mark of his prime, swung with a confident rhythm. A counterpoint to the smoke, I guess.
Oh, Carlos look like that man a little bit. Hold up, y'all. Let me see something. Carlos, you look like that man. I get all of y'all look like I don't know. Right. Let me show y'all this right quick. The dude right now. Hold on, let me see. Show y'all something. He don't look like Carlos, huh? He got a big head like Carlos, but he don't look like it. I don't know. When you get to that mess, come on. So, y'all, he made that guy look clear. The guy look, you can see him real good right here with what he did on the computer. And see, that when Carlos said, hold on for a minute, let me put it on Carlos right quick. Nah, that ain't him. Carlos trying to look cute for the camera, you better. Let me see something. Nah, he don't look like Carlos. Not even right there. This man older than Carlos. This look like a real this look like one of the real Mexicans who been around. This don't look like Carlos. See, they trying to say, hold on, y'all. That's my commercial. Hold on, let me commercial right. Skip it right quick. I'm sorry. A commercial. I keep trying to make it up. Okay, right here. When they took the mask off, he don't look nothing like Carlos. He don't look nothing like Carlos. This man right here, you see, this man right here either living out there in the woods and want some food. I just don't see how a kidnapper get out the car with some bags in their hand, unless they got a drill, got a book bag in his hand if he was in a car. A kidnapper go in there and get Miss Annie and come on back out of there. Miss Nancy, I say Annie. Here come get, but they got me all over. Now, he don't look nothing like this person. He don't. Why did them people accuse him? Wow. Why that making all that noise with that truck? Jesus. Then they got him looking like this. I don't think he the kidnapper, y'all. I just don't know. I just don't think that man on the porch is the kidnapper. And they took his mask off his head right here. Now they don't have him looking like no mask. They took his head off his head. That little skull, y'all don't call it skull cap on here. And he ain't got no hair on his head. I don't think it's the kidnapper. I'm sorry. I really don't. I think this somebody then knows it. I don't think this man. The reason why I said that, y'all, is because a kidnapper, when they gonna kidnap, they know they gonna kidnap. They ain't about to be playing in front of no camera like this. Not a kidnapper. But let me hear what Carlos got to say right here. I just want to bring that to y'all attention. There ain't no kidnapper gonna stand on nobody's front porch. They gonna go in there and get Miss Nancy and bring Miss Nancy out of there real quick. They ain't about to play in front of no camera. Let's see him right quick, y'all. Y'all better find Miss Nancy.
Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning, it's been, I can't even go out. That's from my wife was people taking pictures of us, like following us.
That ain't good.
We went out there, she got home, and we ended up following us. This one was there too. So it's been kind of scary for me and my wife.
What?
Yeah, but again, this is something that before that point, it's kind of just a normal Tuesday. Is that what it was like? That was a normal Tuesday. With my day off, with my wife and everything, and all of a sudden, well, it happened. They were following
That man right there about to get rich, y'all. He about to get rich. He about to be rich. Because he got his lawyer sitting on the side of him. But stop playing with Carlos. Tell him, Carlos.
after that, it's been crazy. Stop. We're all scared. I'm hitting on my brother-in-law and him, and everything. They're putting wife on my kids.
Hold on. They detained his brother, and he said he didn't know that. Oh man, they doing this man broke, man. This is too heavy. No, see, that what he said. This is sad. This is sad.
Stop. We're all scared. I can't stop thinking like what's gonna happen to me. What's gonna happen? Like my in-law, my brother-in-law, we didn't even have nothing to do with it, and he's still arresting him and everything. They put him into SWAT car. I didn't know that. They put him into SWAT car. They even detained my wife and my kids. It was scary. When did you realize? Don't you release you late at night? So we talked to you very briefly, and you got to go home and see kind of a circus out there. It looked like. Yeah. What's going through your head when you pull up back home? Like, what are they doing at the house? They searched it. I don't know whether they had people find evidence supposedly against me, but I don't know. It was crazy. It was still a lot of police there, a lot of activity. And then they just went into the house. Like, 20 minutes later, once they released me, they still had the street blocked off. And then you get out the car. Jesse, what comes after?
Why did they? You know what? Why they treated him like that, y'all? Why did they treat him so mean? That's what I can't understand. Why y'all be treating them people so mean like that?
Well, I think, from our perspective, the first thing that really needs to happen is the Pima County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Nana need this shadow of suspicion on Carlos and his family, and now they're living day to day. They're living in fear. And so the first thing that I'd like to see Sheriff Manos and the Pima County Sheriff's Office come forward and say, Carlos, this was a mistake. Carlos is not a person of interest. He is not an investigative lead. We messed up. We need to see some accountability.
Yeah, that's the only part I don't understand. Why they doing him like that, y'all? They didn't even apologize to the man. They just treat him like nothing. Get out of here. Gone. You free. Kept the man's cell phone. And that made that man, that's a man, his manhood. They just made his manhood look like a little puppy. You know, and he got a kid and the wife. The wife don't even feel protected by her husband for the way they did him. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. They could apologize to that man, said, Carlos, we do apologize on everything. But come on, y'all.
My hope is they're doing the best they can with their investigation. I don't know what the details of what they're doing are in that respect. That's not my department. But they need to clear Carlos. Because right now, he and his family are going through a nightmare where they look out the window and there are suspicious cars driving past their home.
That ain't good.
They don't know what's next. And so,
y'all remember when we were talking about this and I said, Carlos, Carlos, I wouldn't be out there talking to nobody. I wouldn't even be talking to no news people. Only thing that did was attract attention, not detract. Poor baby. He can't even sleep at night. He was smiling, doing all this, smiling and stuff. Now he ain't looking like that. He was smiling for the cameras. But now he on this show, he looking like this. But see, Carlos, you got to be one way all the time. You weren't looking like this when the news people were talking to you. You were smiling, but you don't want attention like that. You don't want attention like that.
It's just clear that whatever mistakes were made, Sheriff Manos and Pima County need to fess up, and they need to clear Carlos and his family can begin rebuilding.
Right.
We asked the sheriff that just this month said that when they changed, there was another person changed last Friday, right? So they cleared 2 points, which is working. Has there been any evidence presented here? You know, I know they mentioned that there's search warrants, right? There's not just them searching willy-nilly, but from what you've seen and what you've heard, is there evidence here that makes this?
No, there's no evidence whatsoever. Our understanding is that they obtained the search warrant they obtained that allowed them to search Carlos's vehicle and his family's property through the use of a secret affidavit. As far as we know, that affidavit is sealed and remains sealed. And, our suspicion, our educated suspicion, is that this has something to do with cell phone pings, which everybody knows are unreliable.
But see, y'all, this is the first time I heard about a cell phone ping. You see what I mean? He just said some stuff that I didn't even know nothing about. Wow.
I mean, it's their job to come forward and just say what evidence they have. Is the fact that they went after Carlos so hard and then let him go. And it's obvious that they had the wrong guy. It's obvious that they messed up. And they need to actually say the obvious, though. They need to repair the damage they've caused.
Carlos, when did you realize that your name, your name, your family's name, spread over the internet really quickly?
Yeah, that same night I noticed, like, as soon as I did the interview, I went inside, my wife was on the phone, and TikTok news everywhere. It was like, that happened. Less than an hour, everybody knew what was going on.
Social media.
My mom, my dad's backstory wasn't, they were trying to, say that was my dad that did it when it was like I was a thing, and they brought his past life back, and like it's I don't know.
It's not just, it's bad enough you're accused of something you didn't do, and it's a minor crime, burglary or something like that. It pretty much accused you
Kidnapping.
of at that point, it's still probably maybe the most famous crime going on on the planet right now.
I want to know why.
When you mentioned that night that you weren't necessarily bad, that the police are doing their job, they were, you want them to find whoever did this, but obviously they had the wrong idea, right? Is that still how you feel?
Yeah, I'm frustrated that they didn't do a good job at just went with supposedly the tip they had, but they could have done things different. They could have walked to me and asked me, hey, what were you here? But they didn't. They did force. They used force. And I felt like I was kidnapped.
Wow. That boy about to be, he said, oh, I'm sorry. He said, I feel,
And again, we're talking about that night, but this case had gotten a lot of attention, and that's why it went so on this case.
but y'all hit it, y'all see that? Now he stayed closer to the sister. Ain't nobody heard nothing about no, he don't even know Guthrie, Miss Nancy. A lot of people don't know nothing about that case, y'all. Don't even nobody know that she been kidnapped and they from Arizona. But they not from Tucson, I guess. Damn. He said he made a delivery to her house. He said I may have made a delivery. I may have made a delivery to her house. I don't know. That's what you said, Tyler. I remember everything these folks say.
It's just something for me that I don't like.
That was something you wanted to go in the middle of.
No, and I
Why? That's your family. Just
was worried about me. Like, what's gonna happen to me? Because like my lawyers here, they haven't apologized publicly or like that. So we're still worried. My in-laws are still worried too. Like, what's gonna happen? And my brother-in-law too. Then my older son doesn't even want to go to school. Trying. That's what it is.
something that let you return. Has there been any conversation as if, I don't know if it's pretty interesting or not, but just sheriff's department, at all privately, really much public with it, have any contacts with them?
No. So we notified the county sheriff's office and the county attorney, Reverend Carlos, but they've taken those steps to contact us to clear the air. We requested the return of property. The only thing that was seized during the search was Carlos's phone, which has his driver's license as part of the case, and they still haven't returned that as part of the phone.
They got the man car, but they gave him his why they keep his cell phone? I ain't know they treat people like that, y'all. I know people have it been a lot of mean people out here, but I ain't know they were dead mean. Golly.
They still haven't returned that. We think we're in the process of making arrangements to have that returned as of Friday, but it's very hard. When we reached out to them, it seems like it's very disorganized. It's very hard to figure out who's in charge over there. And my number one concern right now is that in all of this rush to judgment that's happened, that they just don't want to take accountability and admit that they did wrong.
And I don't know you don't follow the news, but they had another
it's guessing to them. They don't, I don't know, just playing with people's lives at this point. They don't have no evidence against anybody. How are they going to keep on doing this between innocent people?
Yeah, and I mean, just, you know, Maurice, you as a person, right? Doing this is just kind of willy-nilly to anybody.
It should be up to the people, no matter what their political stripe, that the government has this power to come in, cast a cloud of suspicion on somebody, destroy lives, and then retreat and act like it never happened.
Right.
You know, give statements like, "Well, everybody's been cleared to a point." That's not enough. It's meaningless. They don't have evidence. They made a mistake, and they need to come forward and admit it.
Would your life ever be the same?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the same. Like he said, they cast a cloud on me, like, big time. He was next. I don't know if it's the same.
Alfonso, anything about it? Anything else I should have asked you, or anything else I actually get on? Well, he makes me drive all this way, and then we talk for 10 minutes, and I said, "Get on your way," but that was perfect. You said it very well. So, yeah.
Good. It's like this.
I think Carlos just wants to be done with it.
No word from the police, no nothing. Like you said, they haven't reached out to me or to apologize. Nothing.
I can't. I really can't. What is going on with my country? The people in my country, they used to be the peacemaker. They don't. I mean, how they being mean to him like that? He's a citizen of the United States now. Why they doing that man like that? I know they act like you got a record or some thing.
I hope it all comes down soon here. I just hope it's the person and it's done. But right now, I'm everywhere right now. I don't know what to do. I can't hide it. What you did to me, I don't know. It's not right. Like he said, the federal FBI, how could they be so inaccurate with their evidence and all that?
Right. If they both, that's what I say. They both be the FBI, the sheriff, and whoever in the case. And then, I mean, why they haven't? This is their job, y'all. This is not our job. This is their profession. Everybody good in their own profession. Ain't nothing you can do about that. I'm good. I was good in my profession. If you had a profession, you were good in yours. That cop, that's their job. That's the sheriff's job. That's the FBI job. Y'all supposed to be so this and so that. Why is it ain't showing? Why is it so hard to find Miss Nancy? Miss Nancy should be the easiest person to find. She don't move that fast. Seems like somebody taking care of her. That's what it seems like. We're in a situation where somebody is taking care of her. Like it seems like they taking the medicine because the reason why I'm saying this, y'all, because if everybody still have hope. I have hope. I'm gonna have hope for it because I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to say. What? I can't say that. I won't tell nobody that they parents. I don't know that. I can't say something I don't know. I'm not gonna say she unalive. You know, I just hope even if she unalive, still they want their mama home so they can bear. You know what? This remind me of Nazaria Harris. That little girl ain't never been found. They don't have all that man. It's a lot going on with her. It just makes me so sick that they ain't found that little girl. They ain't even found Miss Nancy. It's sad. This everything is so sad.
so sad. And look at Carlos. They did you like that, man. I'm sorry they did you like that.
I don't know. It was wrong the way they acted. Well, it's hard to believe they kept me there all that time. Well, they had me at the Miranda car first. Yeah, okay. That was like until 4 or 6, until like 8 at night. That's when the Pima County Sheriff released the Miranda. So they stopped me at 4 o'clock. Yeah. And then it was 12:30 or 12. We almost 1 in the morning. 1 in the morning. You feel like that long? That felt longer. And then the act with the head behind your back wasn't it just hang? My shoulders were hurting. Oh, it's just.
Carlo trying to get him some money. Carlo, you better be careful, boy. You better be careful. They are you in the United States. They are in the police. They shouldn't have did you like that. Well, y'all don't see no more good news, no more news about what's going on. And I every time I hear something, yeah, I just think about people, mother, your own parent. Come check on your parent. I mean, especially your mother. Miss Nancy got a lot of friends. She got a lot of friends. They love her. I wonder did her boyfriend, or do she have a boyfriend? The older people, they be having a little friend, you know what I mean? They be having a little friend over there. What y'all think? And do a favor for me. If you have a question, put it in, leave it in it. If you have a question, don't just put anything you can't prove. But if you have a question, put it down and I'll see can I get their help. Find out about just the information that I got, okay? Cause I'm not into that investigation. I always want to be too, but I have been in the investigative situation. Probably you have too on your job. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about this.